This is the news in detail on the hour from the WOR newsroom. 2 airline hijackings tonight in the United States, still in progress. One apparently with an anti-American political motive. The other is for big money. In Los Angeles, a Western Airlines plane set down under control of a man believed armed with a pistol. He at first wanted the medium-range 727 jetliner to go to North Vietnam, but he changed his destination to Cuba. The aircraft took off a short time ago for Cuba, is now en route for a possible refueling stop in Dallas. The hijacker is said to have given a note to the pilot that said, "The skies of America will not be safe again until the United States government ceases its aggression against the people of Indochina." 65 passengers and the crew remain aboard. Only 11 persons were allowed to disembark in Los Angeles. As for the money air pirate, an unidentified man was last reported aboard an Eastern airliner as it landed tonight in New Orleans. That plane had taken off for a second time from Washington after Eastern satisfied the hijacker's demand for larger denomination bills totaling approximately $300,000. The pirate was described as well-dressed, well-spoken, and businesslike until he presented a .38 caliber revolver this morning as the plane was en route from Allentown, Pennsylvania to Washington. All the passengers were allowed to get off the Eastern Airlines plane after the first stop at Dulles Airport in Washington. The North Vietnamese attempt to capture Hue is now starting with assaults tonight on 2 South Vietnamese outposts near the old imperial capital. The government positions 5 and 7 miles from the city are still held as military spokesmen reported 39 North Vietnamese and 2 Saigon troops killed in both battles. To the west of Hue, fighting in the Central Highlands increased as South Vietnamese government troops try to remove North Vietnamese forces from the Kon Tum area. Across the border in Cambodia, that country's capital was hit by an estimated 50 rockets tonight before guerrillas attacked a bridge only a mile from the United States Embassy. There were no American casualties as Cambodian soldiers rushed to drive back the guerrillas. By now, it's almost natural for the secret attendance of presidential advisor Dr. Henry Kissinger at negotiations with foreign diplomats. The White House acknowledged tonight that Dr. Kissinger had met secretly in Paris this past Tuesday with North Vietnam's chief negotiator, Le Duc Tho. 2 days later, the public Paris peace talks were suspended. But White House spokesman Ron Ziegler said that Kissinger's trip was not covered up at Washington's request. Rather, the North Vietnamese had urgently asked that the meeting and its agenda remain completely private. In Palermo, Sicily tonight, a police spokesman commented, "We are afraid there are no survivors." He was talking about an Alitalia jetliner that crashed this evening on a mountainside as it approached the Palermo airport on a flight from Rome. The aircraft had 108 passengers, 9 crew members. Weather in the area at the time of the crash was clear. Witnesses said the plane was in flames as it hit the mountainside. So far, no speculation on exactly what caused the Alitalia DC-8 to run into the mountain in Sicily. We'll have more news after this.
This is Martha Dean. My guest Monday morning at 10:15 on WR is Gregory Peck. That'll make a good morning.
It's General Tire's original equipment tire sale on the glass-belted Jumbo 780. Own a compact, intermediate, or standard-size car? You can get this long-mileage glass-belted tire for only $25.50 in your choice of size A7813, E or F7814, or F7815 tubeless Blackwall, plus $178, $258 federal excise tax, and a distinctive white wall tire is only $3 more.
There's a tough new generation of General. There's a tough new generation of General.
Mount your glass-belted Jumbo 780 tires, but hurry. The sale ends Saturday, May 13th. That's at the home of the Big Red General Tire G, your one-stop car care headquarters. In Brooklyn, see Bruce at Gannon Tire Company, 2360 Flatbush Avenue, or Steve at 6502 Bay Parkway. WOR AM radio news time in 15 seconds, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. More news. A campaign speech today in Los Angeles from the conservative side of the Republican Party. Ohio's Representative John-Ashbrook suggested that President Nixon cancel this month's summit talks in Moscow. Citing the Soviet Union as North Vietnam's major arms supplier, Ashbrook said a Moscow meeting would further show the weakness of the United States in dealing with the communists if the president goes there hat in hand. Ashbrook then urged the resuming of bombing of Hanoi and Haiphong. He said that if that bombing failed to control North Vietnam's invasion of the South, at that point, as he put it, the American people have to admit that Vietnamization has not worked and admit a loss. Ashbrook is challenging the president for the GOP nomination. He claims the support of well over 20% of California Republicans, with that percentage to increase between now and the June 6th primary. Republican National Committee has formally voted to shift the site of this summer's national convention from San Diego, California to Miami Beach, Florida. The committee unanimously approved the move after receiving a report that mounting costs and threatened labor problems ruled out the California city as a convention site. However, the convention dates remain the same as originally scheduled, August 21st through August 23rd. The Democrats will also hold their convention in Miami Beach starting on July 10th. We'll have more news after this.